The traffic lights are blurring in the rain. The street outside is losing all its rush. I let the evening gather around me until the city feels quiet enough. I came in carrying too much noise, all the things I never said out loud. Here in the hush between the passing cars, I let the day fall gently down. The blue outside is turning warm and deep. A little gold still holds the distance signs. I stop rehearsing what I should have done and leave that older version of me behind. Maybe no one notices this hour, maybe it slips through every busy hand, but in the silence no one is asking for more than I can understand. And then the world begins to soften now. The noise lets go and settles on the ground. I'm resting in a place I don't have to hide, with nothing left to prove and nothing to decide. The night comes in, but it does not pull me down. It turns the edges quiet all around. For a little while I can simply be, as the closing light keeps room for me. I rest my hands and watch the minutes slow. A small reflection trembles, then is still. The hour feels like a page I almost missed, a gentle ending I can carry still. I spent so long waiting to be somewhere, but tonight I don't need to move. The passing lights can take the road ahead. I stay inside this softer mood. Slowly the edges lose their lines, the outside noise falls farther back. I don't need a grand escape tonight, just a little space the world can't track. Everything I carried in doesn't have to follow me. I let the evening close it down quietly, quietly. And then the world begins to soften now. The noise lets go and settles on the ground. I'm resting in a place I don't have to hide, with nothing left to prove and nothing to decide. The night comes in, but it does not pull me down. It wraps the dark in something calm around. For a little while I can simply be, as the closing light keeps room for me. The street goes on the way it always does, but something heavy leaves me here, softly close. I sit alone and let the noise pass by. The city keeps on calling everyone, but I can leave it unanswered for a while. I place my worries somewhere out of reach and watch the stillness gather next to me. For once I'm not explaining who I am, I'm only here, and that is all I need. The world can keep its hurry, I'll stay a little slow. I walked in carrying too much, now I can set it down. Afternoon light starts to slow, falling softly on my hand. I don't have to be the person they already think I am. For a little while, I'm weightless in a place that asks for nothing. The hours the world forgets are the hours I keep for me. A couple laughs and leaves without a rush. Someone turns a page and looks away. Small scenes pass like pictures in the sun. I find my own silence, the gray. I used to wait for evening to arrive, like peace was hiding after dark. But now it finds me sitting here alone in the steady beating of my heart. I stop seeing my reflection through someone else's eyes. The world around me softens under these quiet skies. Afternoon light starts to slow, falling softly on my hand. I don't have to be the person they already think I am. For a little while, I'm weightless in a place that asks for nothing. The hours the world forgets are the hours I keep for me. Maybe peace is simpler than I thought it had to be. A passing cloud, a quiet breath, a moment just for me. Nothing big has changed outside. The city carries on, but something in me settles down, like I can hear myself again. Afternoon light starts to slow, turning warm around my hands. I'm done with all the searching for the place I'm supposed to land. For a little while, I'm weightless, drifting where the shadows fall. The hours the world forgets are the sweetest hours of all. I step back into the evening with a softer, clearer mind. Nothing changed for anyone, but I feel more like mine.
I still keep your name with a
quiet feelings stay, I still turn around like you might call me today. I try to act strong, but the night knows the truth. Every little silence still sounds like you. I don't wanna beg, I don't wanna break, but I need one word before I walk away. Say you still love me, say it like before. I don't need forever, I just need you sure. Hold me like you mean it, don't let this fall apart. I'm still waiting for your love to find my heart. I changed all my plans, I learned to sleep alone, but some dreams still reach for a place we used to know. Your touch is gone, but the feeling stayed, like a song in my chest that never fades away. I don't need a promise made out of pride, I just need the truth from the place you hide. Say you still love me, say it like before. I don't need forever, I just need you sure. Hold me like you mean it, don't let this fall apart. I'm still waiting for your love to find my heart. If you are leaving, look me in the eyes, don't leave me guessing in the middle of goodbye. If there is a reason, if there is a chance, come a little closer, take my hand. Say you still love me, say you still, say it like before, say it like before. I don't need forever, I just need you sure. Hold me like you mean it, don't let this fall apart. I'm still waiting for your love to find my heart. I'm still waiting, I'm still waiting for your love to find my heart. Your shoulder touched mine for less than a second. I smiled at the table like I had learned my lesson. The rain on your jacket made the whole room slow. I knew I should leave, but my body said no. looked almost sorry with that old quiet face, and something in me opened in the wrong kind of place. A glass between us, a song playing low, your hand near my hand, and nowhere safe to go. You are close enough to break me, warm enough to make me stay. One look across the silence and my good sense slips away. I came here dressed in distance, with my heart behind a wall. Now your voice is moving through me like I never left at all. You asked about my life like we were only friends, but your eyes held a question that your mouth would not admit. I gave you small answers, kept my breathing plain. Then you laughed under your breath, and I felt it in my veins. The room kept turning softer, the lights began to blur. Nothing had happened yet, but everything had stirred. My pride had a warning, my pulse had another plan. You leaned back in your chair, and I forgot where I am. You were close enough to break me, warm enough to make me stay. One look across the silence and my good sense slips away. I came here dressed in distance, with my heart behind a wall. Now your voice is moving through me like I never left at all. This could be a mistake with a beautiful face. This could be the old wound learning one more shade. If you only miss the feeling, leave before it turns true. But if the night means something, let it show in what you do. You are close enough to break me, but I am not made of stone. Every breath between us feels too warm to call my own. I came here almost steady, now the room has lost its frame. If I walk away untouched, I will not leave the same. Close enough to break me, too warm to forget. I came here almost steady, but I'm not steady yet. The dust motes dance in shafts of amber light, a quiet theater upon the floor. The clock forgets to measure out the time as shadows stretch beneath the heavy door. The steam rises slowly from my empty cup. I watch the colors shifting on the wall. Nothing needs doing, nothing needs to be. I wait for evening shadows as they fall. Oh, the afternoon is slowing down. I'm anchored in this golden shade of calm, tracing patterns on the wooden grain, a silence resting in my open palm. The world outside is humming far away. I keep this quiet corner for my own, finding the rhythm in the still of day, in seeds of stillness I have quietly sown. The air is still, the world is miles away. Only the sun has words for me today. Time is a whisper, time is a friend. I hope this golden hour will never end. Oh, the afternoon is slowing down. I'm anchored in this golden shade of calm, tracing patterns on the wooden grain, a silence resting in my open palm. I bought a blue ticket from a tired station clerk. She stamped it without looking up and slid it through the glass. The platform smelled like rain and someone peeling orange. I held the little paper like proof I had a place to go. The train was running late, but I didn't mind the wait. Sometimes you start returning before you leave the gate. Blue ticket home, folded in my hand. I don't know what I was chasing, but I know where I can stand. Blue ticket home, under the station signs. Somewhere down the railway, the evening makes makes a little room. A boy was chasing pigeons by the vending machine. His sister laughed so loudly, the platform felt less lonely. I watched the tracks grow darker as the last blue faded out. I wasn't suddenly brave, but I could turn around. The platform lights turn on, a soft and steady glow. I'm ready for the motion of a place I used to know. Blue ticket home, folded in my hand. I don't know what I was chasing, but I know where I can stand. Blue ticket home, under the station signs. Somewhere down the railway, the evening makes a little room. Not every road is leaving, not every train means gone. Sometimes the way back finds you before the train comes on. I trace the printed letters on the ticket in my hand, a small blue piece of paper telling me I still can land. Blue ticket home, folded in my hand. I don't know what I was chasing, but I know where I can stand. Blue ticket home, under the station signs. Somewhere down the railway, the evening makes a little room. The train pulls in slowly, I step into the blue. Not everything is fixed, but I know where I'm going to. Come close again, but don't say too much. I know your eyes, I know your touch. You move so slow, like you still remember the way I used to fall when you pulled me nearer. I should be careful, I should step back, but my heart forgets when you look like that. Come close again, let the world fade out. I don't wanna think, I just want you now. Hold me softly, like you know my name. here before, but there is something in the way you breathe that makes every wall fall down in me. I should say no, I should be wise, but I lose my way when you meet my eyes. Come close again, let the world fade out. I don't wanna think, I just want you now. Hold me softly, like you know my name. I tried to let you go, but I still feel the same. Don't make it easy and leave me alone. Don't touch my heart if you won't stay close. If this is nothing, tell me tonight. But if you still want me, don't hide. Come close again, come close, and the world fade out. Let the world fade out. I don't wanna think, I don't wanna, just want you now. Hold me softly, softly, like you know my name. I tried to let you go, but I still feel the same. I still feel the same. I still feel the same. Come close again, before you walk away. The cinema across the street had a poster peeling down. You read the actors' names aloud, with your head turned upside down. I laughed before I meant to. You bowed like it was planned. The evening had a velvet look that made me understand. You asked if all black and white could still make people cry. I said the quiet ones do, when the ending feels polite. A bicycle rolled past us with flowers in the crate. You watched it like a fortune, arriving slightly late. Across the street, the letters were glowing one by one. A picture show was starting after half the day was done. You didn't say you missed me. You fixed your collar twice. Sometimes a little gesture can tell the whole advice. We walked beneath the marquee where the bulbs were turning warm. A couple left the ticket line, arm in arm before the storm. You asked me what I wanted from a life I couldn't name. I answered with a silence, and you understood the same. The traffic made a curtain between the past and now. Your hand almost lifted, then chose your pocket somehow. The first scene had begun behind the painted doors. We stood outside the story, wanting something more. Across the street, day was done. You didn't say you missed me. You fixed your collar twice. Sometimes a little gesture can tell the whole advice. When the rain finally started, you pointed at the sign, said we could miss the ending and still enjoy the line. So we bought 2 tickets for a film we barely knew. I sat beside the darkness and the small warmth next to you. Across the street, the letters kept shining through the rain. The story on the screen had borrowed both our names. You leaned a little closer when the orchestra grew wide, and the night became a secret that we carried back outside. And the night became a secret that we carried back outside. The bookshop stayed open late for a poet nobody knew. You stood by the travel shelf with a map folded in 2. Your thumb held the corner of a city by the sea. You asked if I had been there. I said only in a dream. The owner changed the record to something slow and old. A brass lamp leaned over the stories left unsold. You smiled at the wrong page, then corrected yourself. I liked how your laughter didn't ask for help. Somewhere between the novels and the places we had missed, you made an ordinary evening feel too tender to resist. I never planned to follow a stranger through a line, but you read the title softly and it sounded almost mine. You pulled out a paperback with a broken velvet spine. A note fell from the middle in someone else's writing. You didn't try to read it, you just placed it back with care. Like even old confessions deserved a little air. Outside, the buses sighed along the avenue. Inside, the dust was golden and I kept looking at you. You said you loved endings that leave a door half wide. I heard a little dare in the calmness of your eyes. Somewhere between the novels and the places we had missed, you made an ordinary evening feel too tender to resist. I never planned to follow a stranger through a line, but you read the title softly and it sounded almost mine. beside you slowly past the final wooden step. The street had turned to amber. The city felt deranged, like every closed-up doorway had learned to spell your name. Somewhere outside the bookshop, the night began to lean. You asked which way I was walking, like you already knew the scene. I pointed past the station. You said that's my way too. And the story kept on opening, one page after you. And the story kept on opening, one page after you.
The long winter came without thunder. It settled over every street. I watched the frost climb up the glass and pull my coat around my knees. The north wind carried old stories through the wires above the road. Somewhere far beyond the rooftops, the old gods kept their voices low. I traced a room beside my name, then watched the mark within. Some signs are not here to answer, they only let you begin. This is the long winter, but I am still here, counting little signs of life through the coldest time of year. This is the long winter, the sky is pale and wide. I do not ask when it will end, I keep one spark alive. The river held its breath in silence. The black trees leaned against the snow. A raven crossed the station roof, then followed where the train tracks go. I thought of Freya's golden tears and Odin walking through the storm. Even gods have lonely evenings, even legends wait for dawn. The world tree stands beneath us with roots we never see. If it can hold the frozen ground, then maybe so can we. This is the long winter, but I am still here, counting little signs of life through the coldest time of year. This is the long winter, the sky is pale and wide. I do not ask when it will end, I keep one spark alive. No horn across the heavens, no battle in the snow, just footsteps after closing time and a sign that flickers low. The last train leaves the platform, the dark roofs hold the sky. The winter keeps on speaking, but I choose my own reply. This is the long winter, and I am still here. The frozen streets grow quiet while small things reappear. This is the long winter, but it cannot take my name. Somewhere under all this ice, the roots prepare for spring. too thin. I walk slowly through the winter, keeping one spark within. The lamp was still burning when your hand found your coat. You kept your face so careful, like leaving did not show. No glass hit the floor, no voices filled the hall, just your shadow getting smaller and my world feeling small. I waited for a sentence, something honest, something true, but the handle turned slowly and I lost the rest of you. Quiet has a cruel way of sounding almost kind. You gave me no reason, just a clean place to cry. The way you left the room changed the air around me. Nothing broke in pieces, but nothing stayed complete. You made goodbye look gentle, like that would heal the wound. I learned a colder kind of pain, the way you left the room. You swear to stay behind on the back of the chair. I moved it in the morning, then put it back there. People said I looked calm, like I had found my feet. They never saw me listening for your keys along the street. A song in the kitchen, a cup beside the sink, turned ordinary moments into places I could sink. Maybe I will forgive you for choosing not to fight, but your careful way of believing still walks with me at night. The way you left the room changed the air around me. Nothing broke in pieces, but nothing stayed complete. You made goodbye look gentle, like that would heal the wound. I learned a colder kind of pain, the way you left the room. Oh, if you would slam the door, I could hate the sound. If your voice had cracked, I could call it breaking down. But you made it almost graceful, you made it almost clean. And that quiet little mercy cut deeper than a seam. The way you left the room was soft enough to keep a wound without an ending, a silence I still read. Now every peaceful goodbye feels sharper than it should. You never raised your voice, and somehow that hurt more. You never raised your voice, that hurt even more. Love changed into silence, the way you left the room. by the river, yellow lines across the rain. I walk beside the Danube, carrying the name I never say. The bridge is shining over water, the hills are dark behind the blue. Couples pass me on the pavement, and I almost turn to you. I came here for the city, but the silence found me first. Every step along the river makes the missing feel worse. Budapest, the night grows deep, the river carries all I keep. A little romance, a little lake, every wave takes part of it away. Budapest, the night grows deep, the golden windows slowly dim. I don't know why I feel so far under stars I cannot reach. The Parliament glows across the water, every tower dressed in gold. I stand still for a minute, with my coat pulled against the cold. A violin plays near the corner, soft enough to disappear. I would call you if I could, but your voice is nowhere near. Some cities look more beautiful when you have no one to tell. I keep the view inside my chest and walk beside myself. Budapest, the night grows deep, the river carries all I keep. A little romance, a little lake, every wave takes part of it away. Budapest, the night grows deep, the golden windows slowly dim. I don't know why I feel so far under stars I cannot reach. I do not need a perfect ending, I do not need the past to change. I only want this lonely beauty to leave me softer than I came. The water moves below the bridge, the city hums behind my back. I let the night stay close to me, then slowly give it back. Budapest, the night grows deep, the river keeps what I can't keep. A little romance, a little lake, a quiet heart beside the waves. Budapest, the night grows deep, the city shines, but I don't speak. I take the long way through the dark, with your name folded in my heart. The tram fades out along the river, the bridge grows smaller in the blue. Budapest keeps glowing softly, and I keep walking without you. Streetlights fade to gray, the moon slips back behind the roofs. I walk with no place I have to be, in my old worn out shoes. A delivery van turns the corner, red lights fading down the lane. The air is cold against my fingers, last night still shines after rain. A small sign glows around the corner, the door is open halfway. I slow my steps before I know it, and let the quiet lead the way. The cafe opens before dawn. A small bell calls me in. I order coffee warm and plain and let the day begin. Outside the last lights disappear one by one along the street. A few more faces pass the glass and the morning starts to move. The first bus sighs beside the curb. A soft wind pulls the sleeping air. A baker lifts a metal shutter and sweeps the rain from there. Inside the room stays low and gentle. Spoons touch softly once or twice. I hold the cup between my palms and watch the street turn bright. More footsteps gather near the corner. More engines wake and pass. I keep one quiet minute longer behind the cafe glass. The cafe opens before dawn and takes the cold from me. Outside, umbrellas start to fold along the waking street. The early light moves through the window. The traffic hums downtown. I hold my coffee with both hands and let the hours slow down. I used to meet the morning with both hands close too tight, counting every little problem before the first blue light. But here, the city opens slowly in ordinary ways. A cup, a bell, a passing bus, enough to change my pace. The cafe opens before dawn, then slowly lets me go. The last street lamp fades outside as people start to flow. I finish the last of my coffee and step into the sound. The morning hasn't changed that much, but I can meet it now. The bell falls quiet behind me. The sky has turned to blue. I carry coffee on my breath and a slower way to move. Smiled like nothing changed. I answered like I knew. The space between our sentences was telling me the truth. Your hand stayed near the glass, mine stayed on my sleeve. Two people acting gentle with too much underneath. I did not ask the question, you did not make it clear, but something in your quiet said you were halfway out of here. You loved me softly, then you let me go. No storm, no warning, just a colder kind of slow. I wanted one more reason, you gave me only calm. Now I miss the way you held me before you were gone.
like it had no side to take. I watched your face grow distant in a kind and careful way. You talked about the weather, I nodded at the floor. Some endings do not break you, they simply close the door. I almost said your name the way I used to do, but it sounded too much like begging, so I let it pass through. You loved me softly, then you let me go. No storm, no warning, just a colder kind of slow. I wanted one more reason, you gave me only calm. Now I miss the way you held me before you were gone. Maybe love can leave without raising its voice. Maybe quiet endings are still a kind of choice, but I would rather hear the truth, even if it hurts tonight, than keep reading your silence like a faded little sign. You loved me softly, then you moved away. Not cruel, not sorry, just impossible to stay. I wanted something honest, you gave me something small. Now the tender part is over, and that hurts most of all. The tender part is over, and that hurts most of all. Beside the afternoon, with nothing much we need to say, your shoulder almost touching mine, in that quiet, easy way. You turn to me and smile a little. I know what you mean by now. Some feelings do not need a promise, they just stay and show me how. When your fingers touch my hand, the whole room settles down. I used to run from simple things, but I can stay here now. Is this what a beautiful love is? Not loud, not hard to hold, just someone walking next to me when the day begins to fold. Is this what a beautiful love is? No perfect words to say, just your hand close to mine, and my fear moving away. We walk the quiet streets together. You ask if I am cold, I say not with you beside me, and you laugh soft and low. You remember what I forget. You wait when I need time. You never make my heart feel smaller for being hard to find. There are days I lose my balance, there are words I cannot choose, but you do not turn away from me. You only make more room. Is this what a beautiful love is? Not loud, not hard to hold, beautiful love, soft enough to understand, strong enough to stay beside me when I cannot make a plan. This must be a beautiful love, the kind that does not rush, just your heart staying near my heart, and that is more than enough. At the same pace, through the same night, stay beside me in this beautiful love. The sun is resting on my tired eyes. The street outside is moving slow. I came in with no place to be and nowhere else I had to go. I let my shoulders fall a little. I let the silence sit with me. For once the day is not asking who I am supposed to be. The world can run without me. I don't have to follow. I keep this quiet moment like something soft to borrow. Lazy afternoon, nothing pulling at my sleeve. I'm here with all this quiet, and it feels enough for me. Lazy afternoon, time is moving soft and low. The world can keep on turning. I don't have to go. A little sunlight warms my hands. Someone laughs and walks away. Small scenes pass around me like pictures from an easy day. I almost forgot the hurry. I almost lost the weight of all the things I carried before I found this place. I stopped looking for a reason. I stopped counting what to do. The air feels kind and simple, and I feel lighter too. Lazy afternoon, nothing pulling at my sleeve. I'm here with all this quiet, and it feels enough for me. Lazy afternoon, time is moving soft and low. The world can keep on turning. I don't have to go. Maybe peace is not so far. Maybe it was always small. A little sun, a little room, a quiet place to let things fall. I don't need a perfect answer. I don't need a better view. Just the slow and golden hour and the space to make it through. Lazy afternoon, I can breathe and let it be. No one needs a reason for a moment meant for me. Lazy afternoon, softly passing, warm and slow. The world can keep on turning. I don't have to go. The evening waits outside, but I'm not rushing through. I'll stay a little longer in this this lazy afternoon. I leave the town behind me, where the road turns into green. The gravel shifts beneath my shoes. The air smells fresh and clean. A wooden sign points upward to a trail I've never tried. I take the narrow footpath with the tall trees on each side. No cars, no hurried voices, no clock to pull me through. Only leaves above me moving, and the ground beneath my shoes. Across the forest path I walk where the branches sway. Every step grows quieter, every sound feels far away. Across the forest path I follow where it bends. For a while the world is simple, and the day begins again. A small stream runs beside me, over stones worn smooth and gray. I stop to touch the water, then keep along the narrow trail. Ferns lean over the hillside, pine cones scatter near my feet. Somewhere deep beyond the branches, a bird calls once, then flies. I don't need a reason to stay here longer now. The forest does not ask me to be anything somehow. Across the forest path I walk where the branches sway. Every step grows quieter, every sound feels far away. Across the forest path I follow where it bends. For a while the world is simple, and the day begins again. A squirrel darts across the trail with an acorn in its teeth. I stop beside the little stream and listen through the leaves. The moss is bright on fallen stones, pine scent on my sleeves. I take the trail a little slower and let the forest lead. Across the forest path I walk with open eyes. The town is far behind me, under a pale white sky. Across the forest path I keep a slower pace. Nothing here is asking more than this quiet living place. When the trees begin to thin, I turn back with softer steps. The forest stays behind me, but it follows in my chest. The tram came at 9:17 with its yellow little glow. You checked the time and smiled like you already knew. Your sleeve brushed against me near the old stone stairs. I looked down at my shoes just to keep my heart from there. The city moved around us, soft
out of tune. A violin from somewhere climbed into the blue. You said the night was warmer than it looked from far away. I heard the hidden question in the pause you let stay. At 9:17, the tram lights crossed your face. For one small shining second, I forgot my careful ways. You stood close beside me with your hand around your coat, and every word I almost said was rising in my throat. We walked along the river where the street lamps leaned low. Your shadow moved with mine like it had nowhere else to go. A bicycle bell rang at the edge of the square. You laughed under your breath, and I wanted to stay there. You spoke about tomorrow in a voice too light to trust. I kept the answer quiet between the two of us. The tracks began to tremble before the tram appeared. Some moments start to leave you while they are still near. At 9:17, the tram lights crossed your face. For one small shining second, I forgot my careful ways. You stood close beside me with your hand around your coat, and every word I almost said was rising in my throat. If I had been braver, I might have touched your hand beside the painted numbers on the old timetable stand. But you turned toward the platform with that slow, familiar grace, and I learned how much can happen without moving from one place. At 9:17, the doors opened in gold. You stepped into the evening with a smile I could not hold. I stayed beside the river till the sound had disappeared. Some love passes gently and still remains for years. Some love passes gently and still remains for years. Still hear your name in the quiet after rain. I still reach for you when the room feels strange. I told myself I'm fine, but the truth walks in at night, and every little silence brings you back to life. I don't wanna beg, but I don't wanna lie. There's a place inside my heart that still waits for your reply. Don't let the night win. Don't let me fall this far. Come back and hold me before I forget who we are. Don't leave this love here broken on the floor. I can't teach my heart how to miss you anymore. I keep the lights down low, like you might come through, but the air's
stays cold, and I still look for you. I tried to close the door, but it never really shuts. Every time I breathe, I remember us. I don't need a perfect line, I don't need a reason why. I just need to know you still feel me somewhere inside. Don't let the night win, don't let me fall this far. Come back and hold me before I forget who we are. Don't leave this love here, broken on the floor. I can't teach my heart how to miss you anymore. If you ever love me, say it one more time. If your heart is shaking, let it fall back into mine. I don't want forever, if forever means alone. I just want the part of you that still feels like home. Don't let the night win, don't let me fall this far. Come back and hold me before I forget who we are. Don't leave this love here, broken on the floor. I can't teach my heart how to miss you anymore. I can't teach my heart how to miss you anymore. Come back before the night wins, before I lose you more. You were on the platform with your collar turned up. I was holding my ticket like you weighed too much. The train to the coast was humming on the rail. I saw you check your watch, then pretend you could not tell. For a second we were younger, with nowhere else to be. Then the door slid open between your life and me. I almost took the same train, almost crossed that line, almost said your name at a dangerous time. But your face looked peaceful, and mine had learned to hide. So I let the evening take you to the other side. A woman dropped her suitcase, a child laughed too loud. The station kept on moving like it did not know us now. You stepped into the carriage, I watched the silver frame carry away the version of us I never named. My hand rose for a moment, then rested at my side. Some love leaves quietly because it learned to survive. I almost took the same train, almost crossed that line, almost said your name at a dangerous time. but your face looked peaceful, and mine had learned to hide. So I let the evening take you to the other side. Maybe we were better as a story left unread. A little ache in winter, a sentence never said. The train became a whisper, the sky turned pale and white. I kept the ticket folded and walked into my life. I almost took the same train, almost changed the end, almost made a stranger out of what we had been. But some doors close softly and teach the heart to move. I let the evening take you, then I let it take me too. I let the evening take you, and I let it take me too.
The traffic light turns green at 7, and I cross without a rush. The rain has left the sidewalk shining with a soft muted city blush. A taxi splashes silver puddles past a man in a navy coat. I notice that my shoes are soaking, but I laugh and let it go. Not every day needs to be brilliant to leave a little glow. Sometimes the best part finds you when you choose to walk it slow. Green light at 7, I take the longer way. The city looks so different when I don't rush the day. Green light at 7, with nothing much to chase, just a small bright feeling that follows at my pace. A corner sign is flickering softly, like it's trying not to sleep. Someone buys a red umbrella and smiles down at the receipt. I hear a song from a passing store, drifting through the evening air. I don't know the name of it, but I'm glad that it is there. Maybe this is how it starts, not loud, not clear, not planned, just a shifting shade of twilight and a warmer place to stand. The world keeps moving forward, but tonight I'm holding still, watching all the colors change as the evening starts to fill. Green light at 7, I take the longer way. The city looks so different when I don't rush the day. Green light at 7,
with me. Nothing left to prove. Exactly where I need to be. I bought a postcard in Lisbon from a shop beside the stairs. The picture showed the harbor and a sky too bright to share. I wrote your name in pencil, then rubbed it with my thumb. The paper kept the shadow of the person I'd become. The tram went up the hillside with bells against the stone. I stood there with a message that already felt alone. The postcard I never sent stayed tucked inside my book. A tiny foreign sunset in a place I never look. I carried it through airports, through a summer turning thin. Some words lose their courage when the distance settles in. I try to write you lightly, like a friend from far away. The weather has been lovely, I hope you're doing okay. But every simple sentence leaned towards something more. So I closed the little notebook and walked down to the shore. The wind moved through the laundry above the narrow street. A stranger played guitar like he knew what I could not keep. The postcard I never sent stayed tucked inside my book. A tiny foreign sunset in a place I never look. I carried it through airports, through a summer turning thin. Some words lose their courage when the distance settles in. Last week I found it folded between two recipes. The harbor had turned softer than my memory used to be. I read the empty backside and smiled at my old hand. Some letters reached their ending before they ever land. The postcard I never sent belongs to someone kind, a version of my heart that needed extra time. I placed it by the window where the evening touched the ink, and finally let the silence say the missing thing. And finally let the silence say the missing thing. The alarm goes quiet by the bed. I sit and find my shoes. I tie my hair with sleepy hands. The sky turns gray to blue. A neighbor sweeps the front steps. The sound comes thin and clear. I step outside without a plan and let the day draw near. before my feet touched ground. Today I'll leave the pages closed and take the stairs down. Slow moving morning, don't rush away from me. I have a little time to spend before the city finds its speed. Slow moving morning, let me take my time. I walk beneath the waking trees and start where I can stand. The corner shop raises its gate, a bike rolls softly by. Two school kids trade a secret joke and point at birds above the wires. The crosswalk blinks, I wait it out. No need to beat the light. A woman sings a quiet line, then turns down out of sight. Nothing special changes, but my shoulders drop a little. The day's waiting there for me, and it feels a little simpler. Slow moving morning, don't rush away from me. I have a little time to spend before the city finds its speed. Slow moving morning, let me take my time. I walk beneath the waking trees and start where I can stand. Maybe peace arrives this early before the first phone rings. On a street still half awake with cool air on my skin. I choose the longer crossing, I watch the green leaves shake. Not every day has to be one before I am awake. Slow moving morning, stay a little close to me. I don't have to rush myself into who I'm meant to be. Slow moving morning, I open slowly too. By the time the city wakes, I feel gentle moving through. The bus arrives, I let it go. The trees shift overhead. I smile before I notice why, and carry that instead. You were waiting by the corner store with your jacket on your arm. I came late and out of breath. You just smiled and kept me calm. I said sorry, work ran long. You said you're here, it's fine. The city moved around us, but I forgot to check the time. You never make me hurry, you never make me small. I can tell you messy stories, and you listen to them all. A little more time, that's all I wanted. Your hand near mine, the night moving slow. A little more time before we call it over. I don't need a perfect ending, I just don't want to go. We passed the station entrance, the last bus pulled away. You bought 2 cans from a machine and slipped one into my hand. I told you all the little things that almost spoiled my day. You smiled at all the right parts and let the rest drift away. You didn't try to just don't want to go. Some love has too many questions, some love needs a lot to say. But you stay close and steady at the end of a tangled day. I used to think that love would pull too hard on me, but you leave room beside you, and I can finally breathe a little more time. That's all I wanted. Your hand near mine tonight, moving slow. A little more time, let the last train leave us. I don't need a perfect ending, I just wanna stay close. We turn down a smaller street, the city fades behind. You ask me what I'm thinking, I say just a little more time. I got off before my street, by mistake or maybe not. The bus pulled away without me, and I stood there for a while. A fruit stand was finally closing, a dog slept beside the gate. I checked the time and almost hurried, then decided I could wait. A piano lesson upstairs, missed the same note twice. Someone laughed and tried again, and I smiled at the sound. The bakery flipped its sign, the florist swept the floor. A man held lilies carefully, walking slowly past the store. Shadows stretched across the street, the evening settled at my feet. I breathed in somewhere new, just passing through, just passing through. One stop early, I take the longer way. Nothing here was in my plans, but I don't mind the change. One stop early, the city feels new. I was only slightly lost, but lighter than I knew. A corner shop was counting coins, a cyclist rang a tiny bell. Two friends waved across the crosswalk with a story I could not tell. I didn't need to know their names, I didn't need to join the scene. I only needed one small street that had no history with me. Maybe I was tired of walking the same old road. Maybe I needed somewhere that didn't know what I hold. No big surprise, no movie scene, no sudden change of heart, just a quiet block I found by chance and carried after dark. One stop early, I take the longer way. Nothing here was in my plans, but I don't mind the change. One stop early, the night begins to breathe. I was only slightly lost, but closer back to me. Just a fruit stand close but I'm not rushing anymore. You chose a table near the exit with your coat across your knee. I watched you read the menu like it held some way to leave. The waiter poured the water. You thanked him twice too fast. Your fingers traced the silverware, then folded in your lap. I knew that kind of careful. I had worn it on my face. When a heart is making distance in a crowded little place. At the table near the exit, you smiled a little late. The candle leaned between us like it knew which way to sway. I asked about the traffic. You answered about the rain. Two people speaking softly through the shape of an old pane. Your scarf kept sliding lower from the chair beside the wall. I almost reached to fix it, then remembered after all we were only having dinner, only passing through the night, only sharing bread and silence under yellow cafe light. The piano in the corner missed a note and carried on. I wished I had that talent to sound graceful and be gone. At the table near the exit, you smiled a little late. The candle leaned between us like it knew which way to sway. I asked about the traffic. You answered about the rain. Two people speaking softly through the shape of an old pane. When the bill came to the table, you reached for it too soon. I saw the whole thing ending in the movement of your spoon. Some goodbyes arrive early, wearing ordinary clothes. A napkin, a receipt, a chair pushed back too slow. At the table near the exit, I let the moment breathe. You stood and touched your pocket, checking for your keys. I kept my voice steady as the door led in the street. Then the candle stopped trembling and the night sat down with me. Then the candle stopped trembling and the night sat down with me.
You carried an umbrella, too small for both our names. I watched the water gather on the corner of the frame. Your sleeve brushed my shoulder, then slipped away too soon. The traffic lights were blinking like they knew the tune. A much between us before I found the line. Some chances leave quietly and still take up your mind. We had the kind of weather that makes people tell the truth, but you smiled at the pavement and I smiled back at you. The rain kept falling sideways, your hand stayed by your side. I remember that umbrella and the room it left inside. You asked about my weekend, I answered like a friend, a little too politely for a heart that wouldn't bend. The cafe sign was glowing behind your tired face. I wanted to say something with a little more grace. Your train was almost leaving, my cup was almost cold. I learned how much can happen in words we never hold. We had the kind of weather that makes people tell the truth, but you smiled at the pavement and I smiled back at you. The rain kept falling sideways, your hand stayed by your side. I remember that umbrella and the room it left inside. Years from now that corner may look ordinary again, just a shop across in a little afternoon rain. But today it feels like cinema, with the ending cut away. Two people under clouds with nothing brave to say. We had the kind of weather that could have turned us honest, a street full of silver, a sky that nearly promised. You walked toward the station, I watched the rain decide. That umbrella never opened for the two of us inside. That umbrella inside. For the two of us inside. The sky keeps changing over the shops. Blue one minute, rain the next. I watch a woman fold her map and laugh at water on her dress. Some things turn before they stay. Clouds move on in their own way. I don't have to sort this feeling, I don't have to make it clear. Some days come in mixed up colors, then slowly disappear. It's only passing weather, moving gently over me. I don't have to hold it back, I don't have to make it leave. It's only passing weather, some rain, some open air. I can sit here while it changes and let it be there. A child jumps over puddles near the corner grocery sign. Two umbrellas bump together in a stranger's laughing line. Little scenes in crowded streets, still the evening feels complete. I don't have to chase an answer, I don't have to choose a side. The clouds are only passing through the same way thoughts pass by. Maybe I I can change mine. I used to hold each feeling like it had to mean much more, but some things only visit, then walk out through the door. It's only passing weather, moving gently over me. I don't have to hold it back, I don't have to make it leave. It's only passing weather, some rain, some open air. I can sit here while it changes and let it be there. Clouds move on, shoes dry slow. I let the weather pass, and I let myself be. The Laundromat Radio plays an old song low. My blue jeans turn in circles with the shirts I forgot to fold. Round and round the colors turn under the buzzing ceiling glow. Nothing here is rushing me, so I let the evening slow. I count the coins inside my hand and listen to the machines. The dryer shakes, the old floor hums like a tired little dream. Laundromat Radio, sing a little softer. I don't need a perfect life, I just need one clean corner. Laundromat Radio, play me through the spin. Some ordinary places, let me start again. A student reads a comic book, a mother ties her hair, an old man checks the dryer twice like good news might be there. Small lives in borrowed time, sharing one quiet night. Maybe joy is folded small inside the things we do. A pocket, a sleeve, a missing sock, a song I almost knew. No miracle, no perfect sign, no grand and shining view. Just clean clothes in a paper bag, and one thing I can do. Laundromat Radio, sing a little softer. I don't need a perfect life, I just need one clean corner. Laundromat Radio, play me through the spin. Some ordinary places, let me start again. Round and round, the old song plays softer. I walk out with clean clothes and a little room within. drifted in to find a seat and leave the world outside the door. The city rushed in lines of gray. I didn't need to chase it anymore. I stayed until the rain grew thin, with both my hands around the coffee. For once I let the clock go still and felt the pulse beneath my feet. No one knew my name in here. No one asked me where I've been. I was tired of being known, so I quietly slipped within. 2 hours that the world forgot, 2 hours that I kept for me. I watched the quiet shadows drift and set my restless spirit free. For once I was not in a hurry to be anyone but who I am. 2 hours that the world forgot, a soft and silent healing calm. Perhaps that is all it was. A little pause, a little rain, a place to shed the heavy dust and come back soft again. 2 hours that the world forgot, 2 hours nobody will save. But I needed every minute in that small and quiet place. I was not waiting for someone, I was not trying to be strong. 2 hours that the world forgot, and that is where I belong. If I lose my way again, I know where I belong. Somewhere quiet, somewhere small, where time moves soft and slow.